Whenever I had ice cream or cold water, I would experience a sharp shooting sensation. So I just kept it. Even my hot chai was giving me the same amount of discomfort. My dentist recommended Sensodyne, so now I can be completely carefree and sip my hot cup of tea. It really works.
जाने क्या देखा मुझ में, जाने क्या देखा मुझ में, मुझे प्यार कर लिया। मेरे लाडले कहा, मेरे लाडले कहा, आंचल में भर लिया। जाने क्या देखा मुझ में। तेरा प्यार सोच करके आंखों में आंसू आए, मोती इन्हें बनाकर दिल में लिया समाए। नैनों से जादू करके, नैनों से जादू करके गम सारा लिया। मेरे लाडले कहा, मेरे लाडले कहा, आंचल में भर लिया। जाने क्या देखा मुझ में। कोई नहीं थी खूबी, काबिल न थे तुम्हारे, सोचा नहीं कभी था बदलेंगे दिल।
Thank you very much, everyone, for joining for today's session. Remember our beloved Shri Baba before starting the session. Shri Baba is our Supreme Father, Supreme Teacher, Supreme Sadguru. over and above Supreme Council also. Today's webinar is for Say No to Gutka, and counselors for today's webinar is Sister Tulika Dalji. Sister Tulika Dalji is holding a degree in PhD. Besides that, she is also comprehensive in counseling and spiritual health. She is from a very reputed college from Kolkata, and she has been working there as a faculty. Today also she is after retirement giving her services at the same institute as a counselor. So with her as a counselor, we have today Sister Vishali Patil. Sister Vishali is holding a degree in psychology. Though today she is appearing as a counselor, but she is also practicing as a spiritual counselor now for more than the last 6 months. Session will be live on YouTube as well as Facebook. We request our viewers to like, share, and subscribe our YouTube channel for them so them to their friends. We also accept demo counseling with residential counseling and spiritual health. We request our viewers to like, share, and subscribe our YouTube channel for them so them to their friends. Also, we'd like to have the feedback from our viewers so that we can implement the situation that will help to move towards it better. We also seek the blessing from our most dadis, from senior brothers and sisters. And I request now Sister Tulka to start today's session. Thank you very much everyone for joining live on the YouTube.
Shanti. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our demo counseling session on Gutka. This is Say No to Gutka. Gutka is a commercially produced form of smokeless tobacco that is made in India and is widely used throughout Asia. It is a mixture of tobacco, crushed betel nut, spices, and other ingredients. Gutka acts as a stimulant and produces relaxation effect also. It also produces a sense of well-being, euphoria, heightened alertness, tolerance to hunger, and increases capacity and stamina to work. While most consumers believe that the blend is not harmful, doctors, especially oncologists, say consumption of gutka is more harmful than any other form of tobacco. This is because when a person chews gutka, the mixture directly enters the system through the mouth. Gutka contains nicotine and betel nut. Both of them produce addiction. Many harmful cancer-causing chemicals are also present. Using it can cause cancers of the lip, mouth, tongue, throat, and esophagus. The use of gutka is most common in India, where oral cancer accounts for 30 to 40% of cancer cases. Quitting tobacco is not easy, but the ill effects and the risks of certain diseases is a good reason to quit. So with the blessings of our Supreme Teacher, Supreme Counselor, and Supreme Doctor, Parampita Paramatma, we shall start today's session. Good evening, sister. Please feel free to share your problem with me.
Good evening, ma'am. I am the Vaishali Vilas Patil, 45 years old. I am the businesswoman. I leave home at 8 a.m. and return at 8 p.m. My work is very stressed. In the business for the 24 years. My male colleagues smoke and drink to become stress-free. I don't smoke or drink. My friend suggested that I take gutka. I started taking it 3 years ago. My relatives told me that this is not good for health. I must leave it. I tried to stop taking it, but I realized I have become addicted to it. I'm trying for the last 3 years. but I can't leave this habit. Now I am afraid of the spoiling my health. I don't know what to do. This, please help my sister.
Okay, okay. Don't worry, sister. How many years have you been taking it?
Uh, 10 years.
And how many times in a day do you take it?
I started taking it 2 times a day. Slowly increase it. Now 8 to 9 times every day. I take it.
See, I'm very happy to learn that you have made up your mind to leave it. You have determination. Now you must have little patience. All right. See, first of all, let us understand why you continued it for 10 years. 10 years is certainly not a short time, isn't it? Surely you got some benefit from it, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. I feel good when I take it.
Right, right. You feel good when you take it, isn't it? See, you are right. See, gutka is a stimulant and it also gives relaxation effect. So you don't feel the stress. It increases tolerance to hunger. It gives stamina to work. So you stay out of home for 12 hours, you work and you don't feel hungry because you are taking it 8 to 10 times, 8 to 9 times a day, isn't it? So you will not feel the need to take any food. Right?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Do you know what gutka contains?
No, ma'am.
Gutka is a mixture of tobacco, crushed betel nut, we call supari, spices, slaked lime, and sweet and other flavoring materials. See, spices include mustard, turmeric, that is haldi, anise seeds, cardamom, you know, elaichi, saffron, kesar, and cloves, that is long. So you said that you have realized you have become addicted to it, isn't it? And you can't leave the habit, although you are trying for the last 3 years. See, gutka contains two substances, tobacco and betel nut. Tobacco,
No,
contains a substance called nicotine, right? And nicotine is highly addictive. Betel nut is also addictive. So gutka contains two highly addictive substances. See, addictive means you start developing dependency. Nicotine causes the release of a chemical called dopamine in the brain. And this chemical gives you a good feeling. As you said, no, you feel good when you take it. So nicotine increases attention and focus. You know, it takes just 10 to 8 seconds for the nicotine to travel to the bloodstream and then go to the brain. And over time, the brain begins to crave that feeling from nicotine, and people need to use more and more tobacco to get the same good feeling. So you started taking gutka once or twice every day. Now you are taking it 8 to 9 times daily. So once you start taking it, it becomes very difficult to leave it. See, betel nut also contains a chemical called acetylcholine, which releases adrenaline. And adrenaline produces a sensation of happiness. So it also functions as an antidepressant. So when you use it for a long time, what happens? It causes addiction. The World Health Organization has classified betel nut as a highly addictive substance with carcinogenic properties. This means cancer-producing properties. So betel nut contains many harmful effects to the human body. Tobacco also contains many cancer-causing agents and many harmful chemicals. And do you know how many harmful chemicals tobacco contains?
no, ma'am.
See, tobacco contains nearly 4,000 chemicals. Just imagine, 4,000 chemicals, which have physical, mental, and psychological effect upon the body. So using tobacco leads to grave health complications, including lung cancer, cancer of the respiratory system, chronic bronchitis, leukemia, heart disease, stroke, diabetes, See, muscular degeneration, weakened immune system, cold, flu, respiratory infections. There's also loss of taste, loss of smell, gum disease, dental issues, see, premature aging, peptic ulcer disease, and also osteoporosis. So just imagine the never-ending list of harm that gutka causes to our health. See, gutka is consumed by placing a pinch of it between the gum and the cheek, isn't it? And you gently suck and chew it, similar to chewing tobacco. And so because it comes in direct contact with the lip, mouth, tongue, throat, and esophagus, it causes cancer of the lip, mouth, tongue, throat, and esophagus. See, gutka also causes stiffness of the muscle, tremors, difficulty in moving certain parts of the body, and unwanted mouth or face movement.
Ma'am, many children and women take gutka.
You're right. You have pointed this out very well. See, this gutka has very easy, you can access gutka very easily, and cost is very low, right? Also, you find smoking is not allowed in many places, and society disapproves when children and women smoke. So children and women choose gutka because it is invisible to others, and most people are not aware of the harmful effects of gutka. See, sisters, cigarette packets have statutory warning. So people become very conscious. Right?
Ma'am, is a gutka safer than the smoking?
No, gutka is certainly not at all safe. See, every year, World No Tobacco Day is observed on 31st May. But people are not aware that the global anti-tobacco campaign is not only about smoking cigarettes. This is also applicable to all forms of tobacco, including gutka. Do you know the benefits of leaving gutka?
No, ma'am. No.
Chewing gutka leaves behind a very strong smell. You are a businesswoman, isn't it? This means every day you have to meet so many people. Maybe many people do not like the smell. So many people around you do not feel comfortable and do not like your company. Follow? See, when you chew gutka, your sense of smell and taste becomes dull. This is the reason you don't get the smell. And so you are not aware that many people do not like it. You also will not be able to enjoy your food if you don't get the proper taste of it. Right? So you can stay without food for a long time. So when gutka is chewed, you see, so many ill effects take place. And when you stop taking, the sense of taste and smell will return. Right?
Yes.
And also, another thing is your teeth gets corroded. It gets discolored. It becomes decayed. And when you leave gutka, see, you can save so much money. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Right? So even if it's not expensive, every day you're spending so much money and taking it 9 to 10 times or 8 to 9 times is, you require money, isn't it? Right?
Right.
Since you want to leave this habit, it will not be very difficult, sister. I will give you some suggestion. See, you said you are a businesswoman. You stay out of home for 12 hours and your work is very stressful and your male colleagues take alcohol, they smoke, but you don't do that. You take gutka to get relief from stress, right? But see, sister, smoking and taking tobacco in any form is not allowed on the International Space Station, that is ISS. The duration of an expedition of crew member on the ISS is around 6 months. Astronauts and cosmonauts on the space station stay busy. Smoking is a fire hazard. And since the station is an oxygen-rich environment, it will be very easy for the fire to get out of control. So smoking is not allowed. Also, astronauts must be at the top health-wise. Smoking destroys good health, right? And astronauts' work day is from 6 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. See, they work for so long hours, but they do not smoke, they do not drink, they do not take tobacco in any form, right? Also, you see, tea tasters do not smoke or drink alcohol. In fact, see, they cannot take food with strong smell. They never eat onion, they never eat garlic, they don't take pickled food, they don't take smoked food, they use very little salt, they restrict the use of spices and sweets. So, see, sister, you need not take gutka to feel stress-free. Now you have understood that gutka is bad for health. No, your relative has pointed it out to you. And since you have come to me for suggestions, this means you have a determination to leave this habit, isn't it? But as I said earlier, you need to have patience. You have tried for 3 years, but I will give you some suggestions and just work them out, and I am sure you will get out of it, okay? See, today, before you go to sleep, you must write down 11 times, I am a powerful being. I am the child of the Almighty Authority of Powers. His divine powers are within me. I use his powers to change my habit. I am very, very powerful. Follow, sister?
Yeah.
So you must write them 11 times before you go to sleep today. So from this moment only, you will start. All right? Tomorrow, when you wake up in the morning, become fresh, sit in silence for some time, and write down 11 times again, I am a powerful being. I am the child of the Almighty Authority of Powers. His divine powers are within me. I use his powers to change my habit. I am very, very powerful. Okay?
Amen.
At your workplace, every time you have an urge to take gutka, say to yourself in your own mind 5 times the same words. See, I am a powerful being. I am the child of the Almighty Authority of Powers. His divine powers are within me. I use his powers to change my habit. I'm very, very powerful. All right?
Yes.
Yeah. As I said, as I told you, gutka also contains some spices, right? 2 spices I mentioned are elaichi and long. So you carry some elaichi and long with you, okay? Right? Huh?
Yes.
Small
Yes, ma'am.
box. Yes, and first time what happens when you get the urge to take gutka, you take long or elaichi. Keep it in your mouth as long as possible. Slowly, slowly, you take it, right?
Yes.
And then slowly, you will find, after repeating this habit, that is taking long elaichi instead of gutka, and repeating these words that you are a powerful being, God's power is within you. What happens slowly, what happens? The power within you increases. And you see, within 7 days, right? You will feel
Yes.
and you will see that you have reduced it to 2 to 3 times. That you no longer take gutka 8 to 9 times. You will be able to reduce it to 2 to 3 times. Hello? Sunday is your holiday, sister? Sunday is holiday?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See, do you take vegetarian food or non-vegetarian food?
No, non-vegetarian.
Non-vegetarian food or vegetarian food?
Non-vegetarian.
What do you take? You take non-vegetarian food? Okay, sister. See, suppose you want to offer bhog to God, okay? We do that, no? Sometimes we cook and we offer food to God, right? So you will not give non-veg food to God, will you?
Yeah.
Will you non-veg? You will give only vegetarian food. That too without garlic, without onion, right? You will give fruits,
Right.
give dried fruits, right? So what you do, see, on Sundays, you prepare food for yourself, okay? You cook food, all
Yeah.
right? Any vegetarian dish with pure love for God, all right? That is
Yes.
purely sattvic food. And in a, what shall I say, in a plate, you keep the food, you keep some fruits, and then you offer it to God. And next, when you eat the food, it will become prasad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right? So now, before you take the prasad, you promise God that you will take only the food He likes to take and nothing else. All right?
Yeah.
See, you offered Him only vegetarian food, purely vegetarian food. That means what? God likes vegetarian food only. This is clear. We never offer non-veg food to God. That means what? He likes veg food. So you promise him that from now onwards, you will take food that he likes only. Okay, sister? And for 3 months,
Ma'am.
try taking vegetarian food without onion, without garlic. All right? And
Yes.
because you have promised this to God, you will be able to keep this promise very easily. See, God helps those who help themselves, isn't it?
Yes.
See, I
Yes.
know many people who have left taking gutka by this method. So keep faith in God, keep faith in yourself, have patience, and I'm sure you'll be successful. Okay, sister?
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you for taking the initiative. Thank you for coming forward for suggestions. Please follow them, and I am sure that you will be able to succeed.
Okay, ma'am. Nice, ma'am. Nice presentation that you provided useful information about addiction. Thanks, ma'am.
And if there's any problem, feel free to call me anytime.
Okay, ma'am.
Over to Anil Bhaiji.
Thank you very much, Sulika Gazi. Topic for today's session was say no to Gupta. The counselor has approached about the counselor, saying that she is being habitual of taking Gupta now for the last 10 years. So she has tried her level best to leave this habit, but the craving is so much that she is not able to get rid of it. So we know that Gutka is a very, it's like a pinch of a poison. People who take it, they are not aware of it. And it causes a stroke death also. In India, it is very popular. So since many people are not aware of it, that it is as good as smoking, but it is without any, you can say that smoke doesn't come, but ultimately it can lead to sometimes cancer also. So this awareness has to be created where not only men but even ladies also consume it, and they think that it is harmless, but it has got many side effects, and cancer, it can lead to cancer also. And people have many difficulties that the craving is too much that they are not able to get it. So the earlier the better this habit is removed so that people can live a healthy life. So the suggestion given of our counselors today, the counselors are very effective, and definitely she needs to apply it in a practical life. If she doesn't want to have a is not only side effect but cause cancer also and many other problems like diabetes, it can lead to cancer also. Sometimes it is major risk to the heart attack also. So now to bring this awareness, the counselor has told her that some alternative can be found for this. So she can consume the lavanga, lychee or so, which can substitute for this. And also not only she is harming her own health, but the other people who are dependent on her, even they will also get affected because if something happens to her. Now there are many organizations who have created awareness about this. And government is also taking many initiatives. So the government has banned it. But still people are buying it and it is coming in the market with some other names also. Now government has tried its level best to totally eradicate it, but has not able to totally ban it because the people who manufacture it is very much profitable for them. So government sometimes they raid the premises of the gutka manufacturer, but it's a very powerful lobby. So this awareness is to be created because not only adults but even some uh, minor also get used to it. And especially they are selling it very close to the schools and college because once this habit is developed, then people become used to it and throughout their life they become addicted to it. So now, first of all, the solution which is given that in case that constantly wants to deal with habit, then they can get the powers from the Almighty Authority and they can practice it. And they have to make it sure that some alternative is given to them so that they don't have the craving for this. And also, many organizations have come forward who are creating the awareness by, especially this is very common, people who are like drivers and people who are like who cannot live without consuming something. So our people from the Brahmakumaris also they go to many such places and they try their level best to create this awareness and they have also succeeded to some extent. But more involvement is required from many good social organizations because it is not only causing deaths in thousands, but it is in now millions also. But government doesn't have a proper statistics. But in every home at least, it is a survey that one member get affected to this. And people don't people take it very lightly, thinking of it that smoking is harmful, then drinking is harmful, but gutka is harmless. But that is the like other side of the story because government now is creating awareness and making it people to aware that it is as bad as like smoking or like addiction to alcohol. So session was very important, and counselor has given her many suggestions, and especially that she has to make it sure that she has to live for a family also, and she must make it sure that the earlier this habit is gone, the better it is. The session was live on YouTube as well as Facebook, and the counselor has to write the reasons that why she has taken this for a long time and why she needs to leave it. So if she writes it every day before going to sleep, then definitely the day will come that slowly and slowly she'll be able to eradicate it from a regular habit and be able to live a life without the becoming a habitual of this gutka consumption. So thank you very much to the counselor. We are really taking a topic which is very common, but people take it very lightly, but it is a slow touch. The people or a slow poison to consume it and throw the life they've been taking. And you know that sometimes people have the effect of this cancer in their mouth also. It not only will pass with lung cancer, then uh, other types of also diseases which is very common now. So session comes in with this function. Thank you to all. Thank you very much.